Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soul Frequency Festival. I am your host, Ashwarya, for this 7 days that we're going to spend together. And I'm so happy that you made it here, that you're part of this community. I always say this with all the events that I run, that not everybody can get through, right? And we always sort out the technology. We have such a great team. We always put everything together. But I just feel it's a frequency. It is an absolute frequency that if you couldn't get through and you still tried, you're meant to be here, right? So I don't get hung up on numbers or anything like that, even though we have a great large audience. I get hung up on, are you and are we in a right soul frequency? So this event is all about emitting our true radiance, our true essence into the ether, into the universe. With so much going on in the world, this is so needed. We need to step into our sovereignty. We need to step into the medicine that we offer the world and send a super clear signal to the world, right? That is what is going to heal lifelines, timelines, and the planet. So whether you see yourself as a healer or just somebody who's a leader of your family, someone who's a pioneer in your community and family, someone who's really going into the direction of self-growth, self-love, of liberating your shadows, of rising up to higher frequencies, you are very important at this time. It is not an option. It's so not optional right now. If we choose to emit a clear soul frequency or not, it's actually really needed. And this is what heals the world, right? Because I don't believe that we have to leave everything up to the governments of our country or the leaders of our country, because as a community, we coming together and emitting our soul frequency is so, so powerful. So I just want to honor you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much, soul to soul. And the first thing I want to do is just land in this event, land here with me. Let's open this together. So I want to talk about the significance of the time right now, astrologically, and just collectively. So we've just had the summer solstice, also known as Lithia in ancient traditions. And as you know, it is the longest day and the shortest night of the year. So when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky in the northern hemisphere, it typically occurs around the 20th and 21st of June, wherever you are, like depending on where you are in the world. And it is in the sign of Cancer. So the solstice has a deep and spiritual meaning, right? So it's not just a season, it's a very sacred checkpoint between who you've been and who you're ready to become. So it is a rebirth. It is the peak of light. It is the celebration of life force, vitality, radiance, the sun, the symbol of the soul at its most potent. It illuminates what was hidden, it energizes what's growing, and it activates inner truth. And it is a time of real expansion and abundance, right? It's a time where traditionally people honored the harvest, the fertility, the manifestation of what you've been planting from about January to now, because we're right at the midpoint of the year, since the spring equinox as well, especially. Things start beginning to bloom now. So actually you being here and you manifesting being part of the Soul Frequency Festival, you would have planted that seed. You would have planted that seed in many ways. And now it's blooming, and it's a real ideal time to honor your growth, to refine your vision and step into your power and really claim this gift of the 35 speakers, the gift of what's going to be transmitted. And of course, not everything is going to relate and not everything is going to resonate. But my hope is, and I know that there will be something that resonates. There will be something that clicks for you, the missing piece, right? The seed that you've planted, you will be able to harvest something now. And even just tuning into this energy, aside from the festival, is going to ripple out into other areas of your life. And it's also a real time where the masculine meets the feminine. It's the solar energy, the yang at its height, the sun, and a sacred balance between external action and inner reflection. And as we know, if you are familiar with astrology, Cancer is a very soft sign. Of course, it's got its hard shell and it can be protective, but it's the sign of the mother. It's the sign of the moon. It's a very feminine sign. It's to do with emotional wisdom. It's about heart-led leadership, intuitive alignment, emotional sovereignty. But it's also about coming together with others. My two kitties, Zeus and Lyra, they are a Cancer sign and they are just so cuddly, so affectionate. They've just given me so much healing on things like the mother wound. And that's what Cancer does, right? So, illumination, activation, celebration, recalibration, right? Solar codes are coming into you right now. And it is at its peak. As the light begins its slow descent, it's a reminder that we are going to be, wrapping up the year not that far away. So, this is the peak of that. Now, if you wanted to do a summer solstice ceremony yourself, it's really not too late. It's really about honoring the sun and it's about honoring the masculine expression of why you're here. Masculine expression means what you put outward. So the feminine expression is what you call inward. But because the sun, has been at its highest peak, it's really about looking at what you do for yourself, what message, what expression you're radiating outward, what is your medicine. And that is the real point of the Soul Frequency Festival and why it is centered around sound. Because when we think about sound, it is our throat chakra, it is our internal sound and external sound. It is the thing that we're constantly projecting outwards. And with sound, we are here to refine and hone and calm down our nervous system and recalibrate and really get those deep level insights through music, through teachings, through all the different modalities and practices throughout this event, breath work, meditation, but most of it is sound, it's singing, it's music. And to be able to harness the inward expression, so then when you express it outward, it is a true representation of your soul frequency. So, also, this week is very significant astrologically. Like today, June 24th, is when Sun is conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, and we call this like a cazimi, right? It's a rare cazimi alignment. And when Sun and Jupiter sit really tightly together in Cancer, it is a moment of profound optimism, of abundance and emotional clarity. You might have had little rocky moments before we got here. I definitely did. But it is like a release. Okay, it's considered one of the luckiest days of the year. It is a peak portal for planting heartfelt intentions, for expanding your vision, for stepping into your personal growth. And then tomorrow, we have a new moon in Cancer. So a new moon is a new beginning. It's doubling the intensity of alignment and reset. And it's doubling down on the emotional new beginnings, the energetic boundary settings, the healing of the mother wound, more seed planting and nervous system calibration. Now, depending on where you live in the world, your medicine is going to be very different. You're going to experience this very different. There is horrific things going on, okay? But we are here and we are anchoring in and we are sending and broadcasting a clear signal to the universe that we are here to heal ourselves, to heal each other, to heal our families, and to heal our communities. So how can you use this event? How do you, really tune in to the goodies that exist? So first of all, I would really recommend setting an intention for yourself. So setting an intention that at the end of the 7 days, you want to experience something. Now, my intention is I'm going to tell you a little bit of a personal story. So a lot of you know me maybe from my community and some of you are meeting me brand new. So of course I do this work. I do this healing work. I've got my high frequency healing method that is very deep healing. And my background is Kundalini meditation and yoga because my my background is South Indian, even though I live in the UK, I live in London, I've been brought up here. But my dad, who's very deeply spiritual, and my mum, who's very deeply scientific, got the best of both worlds. Didn't realize it at the time. But my dad used to take me to ashrams as soon as I hit puberty because that's just what you do. And I actually learned Kundalini yoga, I learned Kundalini meditation. And that was my foundation for everything that I have done. But what my relationship with sound is that I am a singer and it was my absolute identity, right? So the minute I came out of the womb, I was just singing, dancing. You could not stop me. And I was raised by my grandmother in India. And I was just so free in my expression. And then I moved to the UK and my expression really shut down because I was the alien. I moved when I was about age 5. And I didn't really know my parents. My parents were setting up their life in the UK, ready to come get me. But I just had no clue about all of this, right? So when I moved to the UK, it was just a complete shutdown. Like everything I was just felt alien and it felt wrong because it's a different culture. And I just had to tone down everything. And I started losing pieces of myself very early, but I'd retained a piece. I'd retained my sanctuary, which was singing, which was sound. And that was what got me through the most difficult times in my life. And I know a lot of people can relate to this. That was the thing that got me through not feeling accepted, feeling rejected, not having the love that I felt I had with my grandmother who looked after me because my parents were working all the time and it's no blame. We were just an immigrant family. Um, so, the sound was my sanctuary, and that is making up songs and connecting to something higher. And when you felt sad, you tune into something that makes you feel good. And it's so hard to put into words, right? We all know the effect that music can have on us. And this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a singer, and it wasn't I come from a highly academic family, so they were like, "What? You can't be a singer." So I felt like I had to really fight to be a singer. I felt like I still went to university because that's what you had to do. And all this time I was like, I'm gonna get to the singing bit. I'm gonna get to the singing bit. I'm gonna get the record deal. I'm gonna, live my dreams. And as soon as I did, it was like I was waiting this. I had to get my grades, I had to finish uni, then you had to get a job. And it was like there was never time to just be who I'm here to be. So then I'd saved up enough money and I was like, right, I'm gonna do my music now. And I actually moved back home and I wanted to do my music. And I was like, nothing's gonna stop me. This is my time. And I remember I recorded an album and because it was my time and I was so for I wanted to just get all my expression out, I'd pushed my voice too hard, right? So I'd actually was recording an album and was gonna get signed and I was gonna have a major record deal and I'd pushed my voice too hard and I had lost my voice. And that was probably, I've had like a lot of dark night of the soul moments, but that was one of the worst because I had lost my voice. I had lost the one thing that I felt had carried me through life, the one thing that I felt I could rely on. And I was like, what is going on here? How can the universe be so cruel? And I couldn't even speak for 30 days, and I didn't know if I was going to get my voice back. And I just remember feeling like there was just no escape. And I had to go on a journey because I didn't know if I was going to get my voice back. I went through all kinds of checks, and they were like, we just don't know what's wrong. It looks good. So it was very energetic, it was very throat chakra stuff. And yeah, then I had to just surrender that identity. And I was like, okay, I'm done with singing. And I remember doing a fire ritual it was the ritual where you kind of give up everything to the fire. And I remember, and I'm not really a crier, but I remember just crying and saying, okay, I'm done with this identity. I'm never going to sing again because I don't know if I can and it's too painful to try. And in those 5 years of not singing, life took me on another journey, it brought me here with you. And it brought me many other places and led to the starting of Soul Goddess, which is channeling the goddess frequency. And but I never could sing again. So this event, and it's not because I've got my voice back, but I just couldn't sing again because the pain was so deep. So this event is an my intention is an honoring to come back into touch with my gift, right? And my soul frequency and being inspired by other musicians and being able to celebrate them and creating an event for them and seeing how beautiful they connect with their craft because I want that relationship again. And that is what this event is for. And of course, I'm going to sing on this event for you. But also, I had so many reflections about why I lost my voice. And one of the reasons was I pushed my voice too hard. I felt deep down I was not enough. So I was being somebody I wasn't, it was in my like early 20s. And also, I was also just being inauthentic, and it wasn't on purpose. It was just that I felt I had to be somebody different. I had to, like I didn't claim who I really was, my true nature of my voice, what my voice really wanted to do. And that led to my voice being taken away because I didn't honor the authenticity of who I was. And that's the real message of my story and also of this event, to honor who you truly are, to bring sound to heal you, to contain you, to really go deep into those places that are still hurting, go deep into those places that are still growing, to use sound to amplify, to manifest, all of these things, and to be super genuine about it. Because in this event, I'm not turning up with makeup every day. There's days where I just turn up as me. This is me as well. But there's many different sides of me, and it's okay. It's okay to come as you are. It's okay to be who you are. And that has been my greatest healing. That is also my greatest teaching. And my greatest embodiment, to just be who you are. And it's more than fine because just like me, I know so many people who have stories that they just could not express who they are. Maybe they got their shut ups very early in life. Maybe their parents didn't resonate with who they were. Maybe they didn't find their tribe till later in life. Maybe they're in many relationships that they thought, when am I going to find love? There's so many things that we share, right? There's so many joyous things that we all share as a community, and there's so much pain that we share as a community, and it's about coming together and transmuting and always giving your medicine in a way that is really sacred to yourself and others. So I wanted to share this story because this journey of creating this event is very close to my heart. And my intention is to awaken my creativity again in the most authentic way, because I know I'm here to kind of create something a little bit or a lot out of the box. So, that's my intention. So I really want you to have and reflect on your intention. I really want you to reflect on where you were not able to be yourself, where you felt you couldn't transmit who you really are. And maybe you've lost access to that completely because it's so old, but I'm telling you that it's possible to connect with that again. So set a really deep intention for these 7 days and put it out to the universe in whatever way. You can write it, you can give it to the fire, you can bury it in the earth, you can light a candle every day for the 7 days. Just create a container for yourself that's just for you. Um, and just every day, come back to that intention without any expectations, because it's also about being able to and open to co-creation from the universe, because we can have our intention, which is our masculine outward kind of like what we're putting out, but the universe wants to co-create with us. And this is what I realized on my journey of those 5 years when I didn't have my voice. The universe just rushed in and gave me so many other things. It was like, hey, you have all these other gifts that you haven't explored yet. So whatever it is that your intention is, or whatever it is that you're manifesting, be open to how the universe will work with you, and just keep that openness in your heart. So what else you can do is think about what you need to let go of for you to receive this. So for me, I needed to let go of my identity that I'd created in the 5 years, that I'm not a singer, I'm somebody else, and blah, 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 and let go of the pain that it caused me. Sometimes you can have a dark night of the soul experience, but still hold that resonance and residue of grief which we all hold in many ways. So also think about what it is that you need to let go of to receive this new soul frequency, because our soul frequency is always evolving and the universe is always giving us many different lessons and situations and circumstances to actually get for us to find ourselves and to deepen our connection with who we are while still serving the world. You know, the collective needs change as well. So the universe is also orchestrating us to meet the collective needs. So think about what you can let go of and think about how you can transmute that. You could write that in a piece of paper and just destroy it and say, okay, this is not me anymore. These rituals are very powerful. So you won't resonate, like I said, you won't resonate with everyone in this event. You know, nobody resonates with everyone. I have great respect for everybody and everyone's craft, but I'm just dedicated to offering many different perspectives to help everyone, you know, because I feel that we need to be open to many different perspectives because there's going to be something that we can learn from something, but it might not be fully our person, and that's okay, right? But there'll be people that you will resonate with, and you'll think maybe you might resonate with what they're saying, or you might resonate with who they are, because people who resonate with me have gone through a similar story, or similar experience, or similar feeling. And that is soul frequency, right? Because frequency attracts frequency in this world. So these are the rituals that you can do. So I am going to read out the schedule for you. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to be reading out all the talks and all of the people that are involved. But I want to tell you the logistics of this event and how to access it. So you will receive an email, one email every day. And in this email, you're going to have 5 to 6 speakers and you're going to have their interview and their performance, their virtual concert, because each speaker is doing a performance for you or they're guiding you through a process. Now, some of the speakers have got their song or music within the interview, right? So when we recorded the interview, it goes straight onto their music. So you'll find that in the same video. Some of them have sent in a separate video. So on the email, it will say link to interview and link to virtual concert. And the ones that have it within their interview, it will just say link to interview, performance within interview, right? So that is how you're going to access. Depending on where you are, you will receive an email at 5 p.m., around 5 p.m. UK time. So that's around 12 p.m. New York time, EST, and around 9 a.m. PST. And every video is available for 48 hours. So you have 48 hours to watch every video. So we've tried to be as generous as we can with the time. But we also want you to keep up with the event because if you kind of leave it too late as well, we miss the momentum of the event. But if you want to upgrade to the golden circle, this is something I would deeply recommend because you don't have that 48-hour time limit, right? You just have unlimited. You get all the talks and all the gifts in a document from day one, and you have lifetime access to this. So you can choose what talks you want to listen to right now. What is your soul frequency leading to you right now? You know, maybe I'll listen to the other talks later. You can actually turn this into like a year-long practice. And more than that, I've given you the last series of Finally Feel Free because I've run about 6 Finally Feel Free series. And you will find over, you know, again, around 40 speakers from the last series and all of their gifts. And you'll be able to, again, turn this like if you want to go deeper into your practice and listen to people, listen to speakers, experts, coaches, authors talking about wellness, talking about growth, talking about health, relationships, talking about, you know, spirituality and sound. This is such a great process to do. And you can have all of their free gifts and all of their processes that they've done, like their music and their breath work and all of that. You can have that. You know, you don't lose access to that. And you get all of this from day one. And more than that, you get a private session with me where I'm going to read your energetic field. So I am an intuitive, so I connect with people when they start speaking. I start feeling their sensations in my body, and I start connecting with what's going on. I receive messages from the other side, from your spiritual team, my spiritual team, and we can talk about anything you want, right? So that is a private session with me. Also, I'm gonna give you the mother and father masterclass, which is such a popular masterclass where I go so deep into the mother and father wounds that we all carry and how they stop us from love, from purpose, from finances. And I also have a throat chakra masterclass, which is all about transmitting your soul legacy and all the things that stop you from creating this beautiful, soul aligned, purposeful business enterprise. And I'm going to be doing part two of that really on this event in my talk. But in that talk, those two are the most popular masterclasses because people have got so much information from them that just that upgrade has really turned around a lot for them. And what I'm going to offer you, which I'm so excited about, is if you sign up for the Golden Circle today or before Wednesday, I'm gonna say that you can just bring a friend, you can bring a family member, you can bring a partner to join all of this with you completely for free. So they get lifetime access to this event, to the last event, they get access to the gifts, they get a private session as well, they get the master classes. And how amazing is it to go on this journey with somebody? And how amazing is it to just gift this to someone? Isn't it just an amazing gift that you can just give to someone to say, hey, I really care about your growth. And beyond this event, because you're now part of my Soul Goddess community, there's just going to be so many gifts and content for you being part of our email community because there's so much stuff that I put out there to awaken you to the truth of who you are. So I am going to be doing some live music in a minute, but before that, I'm going to read out the schedule. And this is going to be all the people that are involved. So we have me, the opening ceremony. Then we have Ashana and Dana Solaris, which is all about rebirth through breath and clarity, unlocking the gold hidden in your journey. Then we have Suzanne Sterling, singing is soul medicine, reclaim the voice you were born to use in community. Ashana, awakening to the divine feminine through crystalline sound. Joshua leads sound as sonic activism. Then you have a segment from me, which is all about throat chakra medicine, reclaiming your voice from lifetimes of silence. Then we have Sujantra Makiva. Then we have Neil Gua, which is what ancient civilizations knew about sound. Nicole Chase, the resonant body, music and embodied expression. Maureen St. Germain, activate the spiral chakra codes. Then you have another segment from me, healing through soul song, channel the medicine of your voice to awaken the body. Niraj Nayak, breathwork as a portal for healing and transformation. Laura Dawn, cultivating a microdose practice to attune to your true calling. Susie Rowe, all about how to open the voice. Eileen McCusick, into your biofield, unlock energy flow with tuning fork alchemy. Paul Avgarinos, when music becomes medicine and the spiritual frequency of sound. Trisha Croft and Mikhail Kali, which is conscious relationships, tantric lovemaking, sacred sexuality, and all things tantra to do with creativity. Hara Willow, sacred sound and the embodiment of the divine feminine and indigenous approach. Jeffrey Thompson, sound as medicine, unlocking healing through biotuning and brainwave entrainment. Theo Travis, sacred sound journey, meditate through music, heal through vibration. Heather Wehmia, music and mantras for the times of change. Erie Cardos, relearn love, creating the conscious relationship you desire. Bodhi Starwater, 5 elements of sound healing and the art of vibrational medicine and sonic ceremony. Tara Divinia, and unconventional ways to block your creative channel. Rush Dorset, awakening your authentic voice. Deanne Mandel, Tibetan sound healing for the soul's healing. Bill Protzman, What is the Music on Your Heart? A Journey into the Song of Your Soul. Simone Vitali, Between Worlds, The Power of Sound in Liminal Spaces. Bridget Corridon, Integrating Your Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, a Meditation and Sound Healing Journey and How to Bring Sound Healing into the Corporate World. Kristen Firpo, From Stimulation to Stillness, How to Prepare Your Body for Mind for Deep Restorative Sleep and Rest. Suzanne Teng, Coming Home to You, Using Sound as a Bridge to Inner Harmony. Christopher Sue, Harmonic Intelligence, The Sacred Geometry of Orchestral Music and the Human Heart. Casey Lane, Harmonic Design, Why Musical Mastery is the Missing Piece in Sound Healing. Mary Isis, The Devotional Path, Weaving Nature, Ritual, and Sacred Sound into Daily Life. Zoe Serafina Barra, Returning Home to Your Inner Harmony Through Sound. Shambhu Neil Weinberg, From Heart to Sound, The Emotional Power of Soulful Expression. Barbara Spalding, Tune to Heal, How Sound Restores Your Energy and Essence. Cheryl Ann Fulton, Songs of the Earth, Channeling the Ancient Sounds of the Land. And then we have the closing ceremony, and we also have bonus talks for you. We have Alistair Smith, which is all about earth frequency, harmonic primes. Chris Noble, music, sound, and how to use it in the body. Peter Davison, about how to clear darkness with sound. Sheila Chandra, all about tuning into star presence. Kevin Fortune, Spirit Speaks Through Trance-Channeled Music. So this is the lineup. So if you want access, lifetime access to that, upgrade to the Golden Circle. The link is down below. Always in all of our emails and also our YouTube videos. Remember, a lot of people are saying, I don't want to be on social media. You don't have to be on social media. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel for easy access, and you can be part of our Facebook group to be part of the community. We put prompts on there. We put journal prompts on there all the time to really help you tune into this. But you'll get everything via email. So email, YouTube, and Facebook. You can be part of our WhatsApp community, but so many people sign up for our WhatsApp community, and then WhatsApp kind of thinks that I'm, messaging people, like spamming people. So you got to bear with us, but you can be part of the WhatsApp community because I do send voice notes on there, and you have, more of a closer connection to me in terms of just like the things that I output to do with the event. So I am going to do a song for you right now, and it's all about activating your clarity and your soul frequency. So this song is a transmission to get you in touch with your soul frequency. So write to me, tell me what you got from it. And I just want to thank you so much for being here with us. And welcome once again. Enjoy the talks for today. I will see you tomorrow and the day after that. And yeah, so much love to you.
Frequency.